So today I want to do a walkthrough of the millionaire system, the open source millionaire system. And I want to transparently share with you everything that I know. And most importantly, the reason why I decided to create this open source millionaire system. First of all, it's called a millionaire system because the vision is to help people to become millionaires. And I simplify it by defining a millionaire as someone who makes $1 million in sales in a year or 2 years or whatever. If you can make $1 million in sales, then you're a millionaire. So, people might define millionaire differently. But if you can generate $1 million in sales or revenue, then, for the sake of convenience, we're going to call you a millionaire. And that's a high bar. And so it's not about creating a system that will help you to create like, digital products and then you make money. Like some people, gurus, apparently they teach you how to create an ebook in a weekend, but that's not what we do. That's cool, but we don't just want to, teach you and enable you and coach you to create digital products and just learn about business and just build income. No, we want you to become a millionaire. So that's the vision. And that's what gets me excited. I'm not really in the business of helping people to make a little bit of more money, 10%, 20%. No, I want you to become a millionaire. Now, it doesn't mean that if your goal is not to become a millionaire, that you're not going to be able to benefit. No, I mean, you can join us. And in any case, you can download the Open Millionaire System for free. We're not going to charge you anything. It's going to be in my OneDrive folder. You download the folder and you get everything. So it's free. But I am most interested in creating a millionaire system for myself and for my clients. I want them to become millionaires. But if you are aiming to make, I don't know, $100,000 in income or 200K per year, that's fine. There's no problem there. Now, the reason why I call it open is that it's going to be an open source system, very much like Linux or Android, in the sense that anyone can contribute to this open source system and anyone can download. So the contributors over here, it starts with contributors, and of course, I'm going to be the first contributor. And so the reason why I want to build this system together is that I think that today, with internet, social media, etc., we can work together, like even more than when Linus Torvalds created Linux. Okay. There are so many ways to work together. For example, on LinkedIn, I have a network of 21,700 connections. So that's like a lot of people, like over 20,000. So I can work with them. And together we're going to build a system. So the contributors, you can see that it's step number one. They are the developers and creators. So they're going to build tools and templates and applications, scripts, etc. And they're going to have, you know, uh, contributors guidelines. So they know exactly what to create so that the system is going to grow over time. Okay. It's similar to Bitcoin also, like Satoshi Nakamoto, he created the architecture and the white paper. And after that, developers are building the Bitcoin network and the blockchain. And so we have developers and creators who have trainers, of course, educators. I used to be a teacher at Taft College teaching digital marketing. So these trainers will help to create training systems, videos and workshops and webinars and courses and frameworks. And then we have the process engineers, right? Because a system is really composed of procedures and processes. So they're going to help to create the step-by-step procedures, the standard operating procedures, the workflows, and then we have the designers, the marketers, because the user interface is super important. So graphics, slides, funnels, landing pages, marketing, collateral. And then we have community members, and they are very important because they are testing the Open Millionaire system all the time, and they can give us feedback and suggest improvements and even suggest ideas for improvement. And all these people, all these wonderful contributors, they contribute very simply by uploading to my OneDrive folder. Now, of course, they cannot upload directly, so they would have to send me their contributions. I would evaluate, and then I would accept which contributions will become integrated into the OMS, the Open Millionaire System. And so the idea is that together we build wealth through knowledge. Okay. And it's not just knowledge, as we'll see later on. It's a system that allows you to take action. So it's not just knowledge. So my role as the curator is that I'm going to receive all the contributions and submissions, and I have to decide, as the benevolent dictator, very much like Linus Torvalds, I'm going to have to decide, what gets integrated into the main OMS. Okay. And I'm very open-minded. If I reject a particular submission, people are more than welcome to convince me that it should be part of the main system. And of course, everyone who contributes will get properly credited. And even if I, decline their contributions, I will tell them exactly, why and how they can improve, so that the next time, it will more likely be accepted. So my job is really as the curator, and it's going to be totally transparent. It's not going to be like, oh, a friend of mine submitted this, I'm going to accept it. No, I don't care whether you are my friends or not, or whether you are a relative or not. The only thing I care about is maintaining the integrity of the open millionaire system. Okay. And so I review all the contributions. I make sure that the quality is there. I'm kind of like the quality inspector. I organize into systems and so on and so forth. So I'm the director of the Open Millionaire System. Now it says here I'm the founder, but really I'm a co-founder, okay? Because I'm just the architect uh, who is creating the initial architecture. After that, all the people who participate and they contribute, they are the co-founders of the Open Millionaire System. So here, the curation principles, I'm going to explain more in a Zoom session. And here, we're going to have the content libraries. I have a Microsoft OneDrive folder, and I can put a password on this OneDrive folder. So I have like 1 terabyte of space. So I can put a lot of content, videos, audios, PDFs, software programs. And once you register by email, you will get the password and you can download totally for free. You can download all of these folders. There's going to be a folder on the mindset of a millionaire, the foundations, the principles, and then a second folder on how you create digital products, and then a folder on training systems. So you're going to get free training on marketing, sales, funnels, copywriting, consumer behavior. I've created like 40 workshops and 7 college level courses in the last 20 years. So I'm going to, put them up for free here. You have a marketing and sales folder, all the tools you need to do effective marketing and sales, operations, automation, finance, like everything here. You know, it's going to be in these folders, in these 8 folders, probably going to be more than 8 folders. And each the library contains procedures, checklists, templates. All of this is work that has been done by hundreds of people, and so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can just download all these tools and you can apply them, and you're good to go. So, like I said, it's going to be in my OneDrive folder. And once you download all these files, because this is open source and it is released as under the Creative Commons license, um, and I'm going to use the license called CC, that's Creative Commons. BY, you have to give proper attribution. In other words, you have to acknowledge that I'm the creator of this OMS, and you have to put our website. And you can sell. So it's commercial. You can sell, you can package, you can modify, you can make money from this open system. Okay, like I really don't care. The more you sell to people, the more contributors we're gonna have. So it's gonna accelerate the development of this OMS. Uh, and yeah, so it's commercial. And again, you can download all of these files over here from my OneDrive folder, and you can resell those folders and those files. Okay, um, you just have to give me proper attribution, mention that I'm the creator, and you're good to go. You can sell for $30 or $100. It's really up to you. We're gonna teach you how to sell as well, so you can make a lot of money from this OMS, and you don't have to pay for it. Okay, that's the great news. And now, in addition to that, because I know that this is very technical, it's not mandatory, but you could join our OMS community. And for $30 a year only, you can join us. And we're going to have a community on School. That's SKOOL. School is a platform for managing the community. And so you're going to be able to network and connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs, or maybe actual entrepreneurs who are millionaires already. You can get help and support. You can attend our live training. You can ask all your questions, attend our events, participate in our contests, etc. So there's a lot of value and more success for you if you join for only $30. Now, I have to say that right now it's $30 because I'm covering most of the costs, so I'm subsidizing this community. But probably in a few weeks, it's gonna jump to $97 a year. So if you want to join now, is the right time, because $30 for the whole year, that's pretty affordable. But like I said, you don't have to join. Like you can just go to our OneDrive folder, you download everything, and you start to sell, and you make money. So you don't have to join. I would be happy if you join, but it's really up to you. So here, like I said, you don't have to join as a member, because all the files are anyone available for anyone to download for free. You can give access also to your friends and family. Just go to the OMS folder and you get free knowledge, real value, and your journey to become a millionaire or to become rich, doesn't matter how you define it, will begin. Okay, you're going to learn to create digital products, you're going to build your business, you're going to generate income and make an impact by serving other people. So that's really, in a nutshell, what this OMS is all about. Now, let's take a look at the third phase here, because we saw that in the second phase, I'm the curator, so I ensure quality content. And then the third phase is where users and entrepreneurs, freelancers, etc., they use the OMS and they learn and they create and they give us feedback. Okay, so that's the third phase. So they learn valuable skills. They create digital products like ebooks or video courses, software programs, video games, templates, plugins, web applications. No, they create all kinds of products, and we're going to teach them how to create products with AI. They're going to build their online business. Very easy to do. You can use Gumroad, or you can use School. That's Skool, or you can use Shopify. There's tons of platforms. You can sell and generate income, and then you can help other people to succeed. And basically, what you're going to be selling using the OMS, you're going to sell your ebooks or other people's ebooks. If you have the resale rights, you're going to sell guides, video courses, templates, tools, plugins, extensions, memberships, printables, and designs. Anything that is digital, you can sell. Now, I want to mention that I focus OMS on digital. We're not going to really directly help people to create and sell physical products like handmade jewelry or print paintings or anything like that. I focus on digital products because that's my specialty. Now, that being said, you can use a lot of the tools that we make available in the library. Whoops, what the hell is this? Oh, sorry, it's one of my scripts. Just gonna deactivate it. Yeah, so you can use our library and apply it to your company where you're selling physical product. But just to be honest with you, most of these tools apply to the marketing of a digital products, right? So these are digital products. So that's where I'm, it's non-negotiable. Like, I don't want OMS to focus on business models where people are selling physical products or they're selling professional services. Like, for example, massage therapy, or training, on Zoom or in person or in the classroom, or coaching or public speaking. Those are not business models that OMS is going to focus on, mostly because it's not scalable. It's not scalable because it involves your time, right? Like, if you're a public speaker, you can't become a millionaire. If you're a trainer, you can't become a millionaire, because you would have to work like crazy, because you get paid only when you spend time serving customers. So you can't become a millionaire. That's why I insisted at the beginning that this is a millionaire system. It's not to help you to create a business. It's to help you to create a millionaire business. Okay, so that's I know I'm leaving a lot of people out, but I honestly, I don't think that when you create a company and you're offering a service, I think you're still a freelancer. You're not building a real business. So the best way to become a millionaire is to build a business, and you can create digital products. So if you want to create a retail store that has a physical address on the street, no, that's not for you. This is not a fit. OMS is for people who are selling digital products, whether it's ebooks, textbooks, video courses, templates. Like, and another reason why I focus on digital products is that You can use AI today. I use Grok, um, Claude. I use DeepSeek on my machine because I use the open source version, and I use ChatGPT to create all these digital products. So that's why I think that when you create digital products, number one, it's so easy to create, and number two, it's much easier to market. And that's why OMS is focused on digital products. And your success path here is simply you got to learn. And we're going to provide ways for you to test yourself. Like a lot of people, they go into business, but they don't really have the training. Like if you don't have the training in business and you haven't tested yourself, I mean, you can put CEO and president under your name on a business card, but it doesn't mean that you're a chief executive officer. You've got to learn. And so we have a lot of book summaries, a lot of resources to help you to learn, but also to test yourself. Like for example, you might have read the book by Ram Charan, what the CEO wants you to know. But if you do the test and you don't remember the 5 building blocks of a CEO, well, you haven't learned yet. So you have to learn it and test yourself. And after you succeed with the test, you can create, digital products, and then you can market those digital products, and finally you can make money. So it's really step by step. We don't leave anything to chance. And if you follow these steps, you're building your freedom. You're going to live the life that you want to live, and then you're going to be able to help other people. So that's in a nutshell what you would be involved in doing when you're a user or an entrepreneur. And once again, as a user, it's totally free. You can download everything that I've ever created in the last 30 years. You can download everything and you can start to use it to create digital products and make money. But of course, if you want support, consulting, coaching, then you can join our community for only $30 a year for now. And then the last phase is where we explicitly teach you how to make money, how to create value, and how to make money. And this is the important part. But you see that this is phase number 4, right? So you have to have gone through the first 3 phases. You have to contribute a little bit. You have to know how I evaluate and accept or reject contributions. You have to know how you can use the OMS, and finally you can start to make money. So this is the final phase where you can make money through services, through training and supporting other people, product sales. You create membership clubs, or you create affiliate programs, licenses. So there are many ways for you to make money from the OMS or from your own digital products that you created over here. So even if you don't have a digital product and you're not interested in selling digital product, that's okay, because you can actually sell this OMS. That's the incredible part. You don't have to create any digital product, because this OMS itself, is a digital product that you can sell, right? So you can sell. Whoops. Sorry. I was saying that you don't need to create your own digital products. You can sell this OMS itself by using these different ways to make money. So, for example, you can sell the OMS, but you can offer your own coaching services, consulting to help your customers to use the OMS. Okay, or you can offer training. You train them on how to use OMS. You can bundle it with your own digital products. You can create a membership site and you charge people just $10 per month to help them to use the OMS. And so there are tons of ways, to make money with OMS. Now, the key takeaway here is that anyone can contribute to OMS. You don't have to, but if you contribute, we're going to give you credit, so that can generate, leads for you and contracts. I'm going to be the one in charge of quality and alignment with our vision. All the resources are open and they are completely free in my OneDrive. You just have to register by email, and you're going to get the password. Membership is optional. You don't have to pay $30. If you pay $30, that's great. I welcome you, and you're going to accelerate and you're going to succeed much faster. But you don't have to. That's really optional. You can use the system itself to create and sell digital products, or you can also use the OMS to sell OMS. It's very meta, but that is available to you. You can create value, earn income. You can help others. You can live free. So that is really my vision, and I'm very excited that you're here to listen to this live stream, because I see my role on this planet as someone, a teacher who is helping people to create wealth. Now, my goal is not necessarily to help you to become a millionaire or make a massive amount of money. My role is really to help you to liberate yourself from having to work. If you do the kind of work and you enjoy doing it and you feel like you're growing, great. But if you're currently doing a job and you would rather not do that job because it takes away your time, from your family, your friends, your children, then that's not a good situation. You can use OMS to liberate yourself financially. So as long as you make, in terms of income, you make enough money to cover your living expenses, then you're financially free. So I'm financially free. For example, I've been financially free since January 2023. But I started in June 2000. So I became like a free agent uh, 21, 26 years ago. Yeah, 26 years ago in June 2000. So I became a professional agent, a free agent. So I don't have to depend on the employer. I worked as a freelancer doing this and that and starting 5 different businesses. But it's only in January 2023 that, I have enough money to live without having to work. And so I want people to have the same freedom, the freedom to live the life that you want to live. The French have this proverb I really like. It goes, La vie c'est fait pour vivre. Donc, life is for the living. Like, what is the point of spending like 40 years of your life working to enrich somebody else? I don't think there's a point to that. It's completely silly to work so hard to enrich somebody else. So my goal is really to create with people this open millionaire system so that you can live free. All you have to do is join us, share, learn. You create digital products, you build your own income, and you help others to do the same. And the funny thing is that as you help other people to replicate what you did, you're going to become more of a master of what you did, and you're going to be able to move up. The phrase that I like is that by helping somebody uphill, you find yourself closer to the top. That's been my philosophy ever since I was a kid. By helping other people, I am helping myself. And that's the central philosophy behind the open millionaire system. Like, I don't want to, be the kind of millionaire who is creating a system for myself. I mean, I'm just a little person. I mean, little. I mean, I'm 5 feet 5, so not that little. But, I'm one person out of 8 billion people. So I would rather create an open millionaire system so that while I become super rich, I also help other people to become rich because it's all digital anyways. Like, the OneDrive folder here, like, I use this OneDrive folder every day. So if I give you access to this OneDrive folder, it doesn't cost me anything, nothing. And so if it doesn't cost me anything, like, why should I charge you for it? And also, I'm not charging you for it because I want the developers here to understand that when they contribute, I'm not going to pay them, but they also don't have to pay the other developers. Everyone contributes and everyone has access. So it's a little bit like a bank account where everyone makes deposits and everyone can withdraw. But because this is a digital bank account, every time you withdraw, every time you download a file, you're not taking away from anyone. The same file is going to be there. It's not like a bank account where if you withdraw like 5,000, then there's $5,000 missing. It's not like a traditional bank account, which is based on scarcity. I believe in abundance. I believe that whatever I create that can help you, I should just release it for free. And, through the law of attraction, I'm going to get even more wealth coming back my way. So I'm not doing this because I'm pretending to be some kind of morally enlightened person. No, I'm just an ordinary guy who is passionate about business. And I just want to share with you all my files so that you can make a lot of money and you can have the life that you deserve. If you're happy, I'm happy. So that's the live stream where I want to share with you my vision and how the open millionaire system is going to work. So I welcome you. You just have to go to our opt-in page and you register with your name and email, and you're going to have access immediately. You're going to have access to this library, which, like I said, it took me like 20 years to create. Like, all the files here, all the workshops, all the videos, it took me 20 years full time, right? Because remember, I left corporate Canada in June 2000. I haven't held like a full time job since then. I mean, I was teaching for 5 years as a contract teacher, but that's just a couple of hours per week. So I've had a lot of time to build this library for what? For you, So please consider it. I'm very smart in business. I'm very experienced in business. And, everything that I've created in my business career is here in this OneDrive for you. You just have to download it. You just have to click download and you're going to download everything after you enter the password. And that's it. You've got everything. Like if I die tomorrow, if I get hit by a truck, too bad for me, but it's good for you because you've got the best out of my life. Okay. So say something nice at my funeral, but just download everything in my OneDrive folder, and you're going to benefit from the last 20 years of my life. And of course, I would be happy if you could join us, because when you join us, I'm going to get your feedback. I'm going to be able to coach you, encourage you, inspire you to become the millionaire that you should be. But again, even if you have resistance, you don't believe that you can become a millionaire, that's fine. Respect your belief. But surely, I'm sure you agree that you can learn valuable skills. You can create digital products, especially with AI. And I'm sure you can believe that you can make money. So it's just a matter of doing it. Even if you don't believe in yourself, dude, trust me, even if you don't believe that you can do it, just join the community and I will help you to shift to new beliefs that will help you to live a life without limits, that will help you to change your beliefs so that you become the best version of yourself. And in particular, the richest version of yourself. Whatever money you're making right now, you can make much more. Like you can be, like some of my investor friends, you can have a net worth of $5 million. To me, 5 millions is not a lot. You can make 10 millions if you want to. It's not a big deal. If you currently have a net worth of 50K, you can have a net worth of 100K, 200K. The sky's the limit. But you got to give yourself a chance. Like, dude, people, listen, I'm giving to you everything that I've worked on in the last 20 years, and it's free. Like, just enter your name and email, and it's free. And by the way, when you give me your email, I'm not going to spam you. It's just to keep you informed about updates updates in the content library. I'm not going to spam you by email. I just need your name and email to keep in touch. And, once in a while, I'm going to invite you to join the community because it's going to be an amazing millionaire community. But that's the reason why I need your email. But after you register with your name and email, you have access right away to this OneDrive folder. Just enter the password. And friends, seriously, like this is the best gift that anyone can ever give you. This is the gift that keeps giving, like they say. I know it's corny, but this gift, once you download all my files here, like it's gonna blow your mind. Probably some of you will have some tears. You're gonna wonder, wait a minute, who is this Peter guy? Why is he giving me all this value for free when every guru online is charging you money for it? Like, this is worth like thousands of dollars. If I wanted to charge, I could easily charge 500 or $2,000 for this library, but I'm giving it away for free because I'm getting into the AI game. I'm creating an artificial business intelligence, and I don't have time to teach anymore. I don't have time to, sell these files. I don't have time. So I might as well just give it away, right? It's like, imagine you have in your garage a lot of furniture, a lot of electronic devices that you could use, but you just don't have time to use them. And so all of the stuff you have in your garage, why not just open your garage and allow people to use, because you're not using it. So all of these files, like my courses that I took me a long time to develop and refine, my courses like professional sales, unique, it's a unique professional sales course. You're going to get so much value from it, where I teach the 5-step sales technique or system, my email marketing course, online marketing research, project management. I have 7 college level courses. I have one seminar, the ideal career, where I charge McGill University $10,000 for that. I have the LinkedIn workshop where I charged the McGill School of Continuing Studies $2,000 for that. I mean, all this stuff is worth thousands of dollars, but I'm giving it away to you for free because I'm not in the teaching game anymore. I'm into the AI game, and that's why, like, hey, if you download all of this and you can use it, great. I'm happy for you. But friends, please, please, please give yourself a chance. This is an amazing gift and it costs you nothing. It's gonna take you like 5 seconds to download. You don't have time to read it, fine. Just download it, because I might change my mind. I don't know. My accountant might tell me, Peter, you're nuts. You should charge for this. Maybe in 2 weeks, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to say, you know what? To have access to this, you're going to have to pay me $2,000. Take it or leave it. I could do that. But, I'm a nice guy. I want to release this for free. I believe in the law of karma. Karma meaning that if I take action that benefits other people, it will benefit me. It took me a long time to figure that one out, though, by the way. Just give. To me, I've reached a level of my spiritual journey where giving is receiving. So when I give this to you and you accept my gift, I'm happy because to me, it's like receiving. But if I'm making you that gift, which is free, and you don't accept it, well, I feel sad because giving is not giving unless the other person receives it, right? So I want you to receive it, and that makes me feel good. So for me, I reached a point in my journey where giving is the same as receiving. uh, Today I feel like that, but I don't know, maybe in 2 weeks I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to say, god damn it, excuse my French, this is too valuable, I cannot give it away for free. So yeah, I might change my mind in 3 weeks. So if I were you, I would just jump on this opportunity and just download this free library, and you have everything I've ever created. That's like close to 1 terabyte of data. Not only can you download all of this stuff for free, you can sell this OMS library for free. Okay, and you can make money from it. So don't deny yourself. Like if you say no, well, I'm sorry, but you don't want money, you hate money for some reason, you resist money. So that's an issue that you want to look into. Money is good. I define money as the one thing that gives me that gets me everything else. Okay, everything else, not everyone else, right? So money is just that thing that gives you the freedom to get everything else. So please, please, please accept my gift. So anyways, that has been the walkthrough of the Open Millionaire System. Now I'm going to show you the entire system. This is what it looks like. It's a powerful system. And, this is how we're going to get rich together.